found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range. Well, I think we had to start this a second time to get it to work properly, but hopefully we don't get cut off or anything. And thank you, Jane Hoffman. I really like our new intro that Laney Productions put together for us. Wonderful. So anyway, let me bring on our guest that everybody has been waiting for, Mr. Drake Bailey.
Oh my goodness, there I be.
Hi, Drake. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful.
The thing I'm looking at is that we've got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people don't know about. Some do. Some of it is common knowledge. Some of it isn't. So it's nothing. I can give you some one thing that the message I got from ET. I kind of got up there, whatever's about, where you at, man? Come on, you're supposed to come down here and rattle something. Well,
rattle some cages, right?
well, the thing is that I got told by one of the command level people upstairs that the people that were actually in charge, okay, that they're being held back.
By who?
Yes.
By who? Who's holding them back?
The people that are actually in charge. You got several levels, okay? I'll give you a couple to give you an idea, of 2 or 3. You've got the actual people that do the work, the grunts, ground pounders, and there's a lot of people out there that have been ground pounders, but saddle up and get your gun, let's go, kind of thing. You got a bunch of them up there. They are getting very tired of mundane, dingle doopy tasks, swap the deck and that sort of thing, and they just don't like that very much. Anyway, that's one level. Second level is the command level, the one I was just talking about. I stay out of the higher levels, or try to. They got enough to do trying to coordinate all them idiots that they got that they're in charge of. Some of them are really exactly idiots. Now, the word idiot doesn't mean that you are some kind of ding dong turkey butt. What idios, the word that comes from, means is the uninstructed, meaning they don't know what's going on because they are not supposed to be told yet. However, everybody, including command level down, is real frustrated because those who are actually in charge have told them that they get to wait, and somebody, I don't know which one of them, somebody got a wild hair and decided to ask, what's going on? And they were told that we, the people, ain't ready for this yet.
Oh, Bob, humbug.
No. Hold on now.
Okay,
we are not ready for the straight up introductions that come with meeting and I don't know, passing the beer around or whatever
Greeting.
with the ETs. The ETs
I'm ready.
have some very high level standards that a majority of the people haven't come close to yet. Now, whether that'll change in the near future, from what I hear, it will. And near future, I mean near, closer than you think. But it's going to be a situation where it's a oh, I don't know. It's kind of like the little box with the handle that you go ding 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 boop. Well, surprise
That's a
is
Jack in the
basically
Box.
yeah, basically what they got in mind. So what we're looking to do.
Well, are they turning the crank yet, or what?
Yeah, they are.
They
There's
are
a bunch
turning.
of them up
I
there
hope
that are
so.
turning it. I mean, they're cranking. Anyway, the gist of it is simple.
Yeah, here you go. Somebody says.
Coffee. Yeah. The gist of it is simple. Until we are fully ready, they start seeing us doing what we were supposed to be doing all along. We wait.
Sounds like an excuse to delay all the time, and it's always blaming us.
Well, the new paradigm of operational procedure, precedent, and a whole bunch of other things comes in with the new Congress. The new Congress is a majority Republican, and they want to do things the right way. They are not. I hear this from inside sources that they're not going to be doing a whole load of investigations. What they're planning to do, instead of a whole load of investigations, is to hold these people responsible on a legal basis for things they've done that are borderline treasonous or contrary to the oath of office, or
yeah, that's a big one
whatever.
right there.
Okay, all of that stuff comes into play on a legal basis. Now, the scenario, you want it, I'm gonna give it to you. Here it comes. The first thing that's going to happen is that the military is going to be cleansed of the woke dinglebats that think they're in charge of something. That means that most of the Joint Chiefs are gone. The reason being that they think that it's cool to be a Democrat, anti-American, etc. That's first. So you get a purge or cleansing of the military. And what this will end up doing is getting rid of the problems that are in the Pentagon and etc. As soon as that is done, and as soon as it looks like it's finished, then they turn around and wait until the Congress comes into session, and not only are they going to arrest people that are sitting in seats, but also a load of people who exited their seats or lost their election, who did things they weren't supposed to. They knew better than to do it, but they did it anyway. And now they get to pay the piper. Okay, that's the second part of that. The mass arrests that I talked about years ago comes after that. Now that means oligarchs, that means companies will be closed. That means that there is going to be a load of things that are going to be taken care of that have not been even talked about much. Well, I'll tell you what, that thing gets in the way. those of us who are ready. Well, that's the problem, Lori. It has to be a majority of the people who are ready. The people who are
that
ready.
Doesn't seem fair.
Well, look, life isn't fair. Get over it.
Well, that's because people accept that as being okay, and it's not okay. Life should be fair.
Well, that's a lot of people say that it isn't okay. Okay, well, what are these people objecting to? The crime crisis, the idiots that are spending all the money before we even get a good sniff of it. I mean, we used to have a joke that was prevalent when I was doing construction years ago. Uh, the eagle squats take a whiff while it goes by, and maybe you got enough to eat lunch with. The problems that they're looking at are logistics. Do you realize the logistics in taking out the majority of the people that are supposedly represent us when they've been representing their own interests? Pelosi, guess what? You a whole bunch of payments. You screwed over a bunch of people to get those ahead of time investments that you and your old man got so rich off of. Guess what? That ain't gonna fly. That sort of thing, as an example, and this is true of anybody that has played the game. You're gonna have to pay it back. That's okay. Then now you get that under control. Now, and I mean that generally, not specifically. You get it basically under control. Then you come up with the people who are in bed with the Chinese Communist Party, and so
Hope they can handle it. Oh, and yeah, I've heard that before.
You've got people like Schumer. You've got people like whomever who are going to be in deep doo-doo. And by that, I mean, if you're conducting business in communist China, your business has to be sure and make them aware of all of your secrets, manufacturing or whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. So we need to follow Trump's lead on initiating the global supply chain, for instance, in computer chips, and steer it away from China. There are people that, believe it or not, in Southeast Asia who actually want to do business with us because it's profitable, but secondly, because they can do a clean deal. And these people ain't been playing with, oh, that felt good. Oh, crunch, poppity, chitty, chitty, bang, bang. Anyway, they can get the choice. It's a Godfather deal, or straight up. Either close the business in China or separate it from your home company, however you want to do that. People may not, in this country, take payments from the Chinese government.
So, what about these Chinese companies that are coming in and buying up farmland, and people like Bill Gates doing the same thing?
That's going to be negated.
That needs to be negated big time. Yeah.
Well, there's another part of it, and that's where they go into places like Brazil or somewhere, and offer to build a deep water port and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. That's a big no-no, and they're going to use the international court so that the evidentiary procedures can be followed, where it shows what the communist government does when they dig you a deep water port. They eventually tell you what you can do. Yeah. Then you get to pay back 150% of whatever the investment was, and a few other little goodies that the communist Chinese government forgets to mention.
The fine print, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they write it on the bottom of their shoe. And hope nobody notices.
And you need a magnifying glass to see it. I just
physically present tomorrow. How about that, Susan? That's a good one. Now the subpoenas.
In case, yeah.
These subpoenas deal directly with indictments, and by indictments I mean A subpoena to offer evidence is the same thing as an indictment, but these things have not been adjudicated as such yet. They're going to be. So the subpoenas will become, I don't know, are you guilty or not? Prove that you ain't. Simple. Innocent until proven guilty? Not quite. When you offer things that that your enemies, sworn enemies, seem to think is something that you should do, and you offer information or whatever that deals with the national security of the nation, then you have committed an act of treason. Ooh, I tell you what, the government can literally take everything that you own in terms of the business itself. They'll nationalize it to the United States, even if it's in China, and you're done, because China won't put up with that. So they'll bring the chains and padlocks and close you up. Think about it. Think about what you've done in terms of what a person who is a patriot, who believes that the United States can do the right thing. So, you know, the
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
the
your
business
train
of
of
it
thought.
gets deep.
It gets real deep. I was just wondering that someone put this up, and I was wondering if you knew anything about this, about the 2.2 billion that they are going to redirect the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
The Corps of Engineers can't even grow grass, so I don't know that I would trust them to screw up the Mississippi River. Now, the reason that the Mississippi River has problems is because we have not directed the weather to act in a certain way. So we did it to ourselves, and purposely. None of this stuff that goes on, none of the stuff that's happening happens by accident. I don't care who thinks it does, but it don't. There's no accident to, you know, problems of that nature. Uh-oh.
Our Australian friends apparently have got some patriots in Australia standing up, and they're saying, we've given our Australian army a letter delivered by hand the other day asking for our military to stand up with the Australian people and take down our evil and corrupt governments here. Wow.
My.
That's just like, I'm really proud of the Brunson brothers for what they did. I mean, they're not even attorneys, and they managed to take this case forward. So I'm really looking forward to that at some point in time. And wouldn't that be something if they arrested all those people? And that's what's coming.
Well, now you see what's in the window right now.
Mm-hmm.
What are the nasties going to do here? It's, you know, there's a song about that. Inner Circle did it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Well, guess what? A combination of oligarchs and agents and whatnot are going to be the bulk of the mass arrests I've been talking about. Now, the Australian military is more than apt to stand with the people for the simple fact that they haven't treated them right either. So they've got a complaint with the government, and the government likes to withhold a third of your paycheck. You know, little fun things of that nature. And my understanding is that the Australian military didn't like that very much. They didn't take kindly.
Who would, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
Here's a
Now
good
here's the other part.
People are getting fed up, Drake.
I would tell you that there is a combination of things going to happen. Either all of the white hats, good guys, whatever you want to call them, in our respective governments, military, etc., are going to purge the bad guys, or there's going to be an all-out civil war. I hope we don't have a civil war because that's messy.
Wouldn't that be like a revolutionary war because it was be taking
No,
out the
no,
the
no.
um the bad guys? But
Revolutionary war is different.
Well, okay, well, let me ask you this. What is the war? Who's fighting who? Let me
Who's
just put it
fighting
there.
who? Good
Who's
guys
fighting?
against bad guys. Real
Well, wait a minute.
simple. So yeah, that's basically what you're asking. Now, my hat's different than yours. It doesn't say smile and be nice. It says smile and throw hand grenades. Well,
I know you like to
the
look
thing,
and stuff.
the thing that
We'll
I
just sit
see,
here.
the thing that I see is that you want to take a treasonous politician into court for what? The courts are just as corrupt as the politicians they're dealing with. Why do you think there hasn't been a whole lot of action here in the United States against things that are treasonous that people have done? It's very simple. The courts have been paid for. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you hear Drake? Carrie Lake, the True winner of the governorship in Arizona, filed 10 lawsuits related to the only two of 10 are even going to be looked at.
Yeah, and they're the two that have got the teeth.
I hope so.
Well,
I think when it's something for the presidency of the nation, I think they should look at them all.
No, well, we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can always redo them. Yeah.
The thing you got to understand is that you're not going to get rid of the darkness unless you turn on the light and crank it up. Most people don't know how to adjust their own vibratory system to the extent that they are the free person that they're supposed to be. When people learn how to crank up their vibratory resonance, then we get somewhere.
Well, maybe if people had an opportunity to have time to do such a thing. I mean, most people are working all day, coming home, want to eat, relax. You know how that goes, Drake. It's very stress inducing.
On TV.
And it's hard to, I don't know. You just want to relax, I guess. I understand how no one was ever taught this from childhood, were they?
Yeah, that's right. Nobody's ever been taught how to raise their vibrational frequency, or raise their frequency of existence. And it's real simple. It goes along with what you would prefer to do. I prefer, instead of shooting at people and blowing things up, I prefer to be a part of something that's greater than all of us put together, but benefits everybody. And I put that up to ET, and they said, very good. I said, well, very good doesn't cut it. let's start a program, or, we need at least a bowel movement, if nothing else, to get things off the ground.
So are you saying that beings outside of humanity in the non-physical realm are actually controlling this whole process that's going on?
There are a bunch of outsiders that shouldn't be here, and they are being rounded up. When I say rounded up, I mean it ain't nice. They drag them down the street screaming. Okay, you won't see that on any of the news programs, and you won't hear about it until there's a whole bunch of them. Now they're being interred in a place in the Southwest desert. It's got a razor wire chain link fence, and I have seen one of those and what it does, and you don't want to screw with it. They're putting them inside of that. It's sort of like the educational centers, as they call them, the FEMA camps that they put together for us. But the problem is that now there's too many people who want to be free of crime, free of the corrupt governments, to be able to live their life without being molested. Only important thing, December 25th. You're reading the questions that are posted on the screen? What? Can't hear you.
Oh, I had an issue with the restream, so I had to I had to handle it.
Okay.
So I kind of lost my place here.
Okay.
I put this other thing just up. What important thing is supposed to happen on December 25th? Do you know?
What day is that?
What? Pardon? What important? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Somebody asked the question. Do you know anything about an important thing that's supposed to happen on December 25th? And I mean, I don't think they're talking about Christmas.
Don't bet on it. They want a Christmas present, a big fat one, and they're going to get one because on December 25th, you have to understand how close that is to the beginning of the new paradigm in the new year of the Congress. You also have to understand that may be the day of the kickoff for the purging and cleansing of places like the Pentagon and places like the Senate and the House, and oh boy. Dark to light. Oh yeah. You might be surprised if it doesn't go dark. Yeah, I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I get it. Sorry. I muted myself.
Quit standing on the plug, would you?
Yeah, I did. I was standing on the plug on that one. Anyway.
Yeah.
I would like the dot connector put up about the Patreon channel. I'm setting that up. It's kind of new. It's something I've never done before, and we're please bear with us. We're doing the best we can with it, but we need the help. So please take a look at it. Everybody's doing it. They're a lot bigger than I am. So it's just helpful. So anyway, let's see if there's any other question. Enough said on that. Here's a question. Let's see what this one is. Hey, Drake, I'm going to be going to court over my Munchausen syndrome by proxy about my mom. Oh, I don't think that's too personal. Sorry, I didn't read the whole thing before.
Well, it depends. Well, now wait a minute. It depends on where Ashby is at. What's your location? I mean, I'm free to travel within the continental United States, but I'm not free to go gallivant around the world.
So if you're close, it would be maybe if you were close enough to where he's at. So you need to contact Drake directly, I think. Killing Drake, will the war okay, you like this question. Will the war that's underground, will monsters come up from the earth?
No.
I thought you might get a laugh. I was waiting for you to laugh for a minute there. Let's see.
I got a very sharp machete for things like that to show up in the living room uninvited. We'll make fish bait.
Does anybody else have any questions out there? Oh, it's not of his own neglect.
Well, I see one there by Carlisle Reynolds. We have to worry about the six-finger giants. No.
Oh, because they're talking about the giants waking up. They're also talking about the Euphrates River was drying up, and they had this biblical stuff about bound giants under when the Euphrates River dries up, the angels that are bound underneath are supposed to be released to kill 2/3 of humanity. Maybe, and let's see. Here's a question from Rumble.
You're in Virginia? There's a couple of things I see in the private chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to put that up. I'm going to see if I can. Well, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try to put it up there.
Okay.
Like this way. Here's how I'm going to do it. Did it come up?
No. I'll tell you.
It says the banks are in charge. Here.
Of all the criminal politicians.
Banks are, yeah.
Do something about the banks about it. Who do you think killed Kennedy? The
CIA,
banks,
George Bush.
Contract, no. The banks put a contract out on him. That's who killed him. So
well, the problem with something like that is it's general. It doesn't. I want names.
You're not going to get names out of that. Those names, if you actually put those names out. Now, I put a list out 2 weeks ago on a show I did on one of my shows, and this time I didn't get any nasty phone calls about how I was going to be dissected slowly or anything. So I figure I'm pretty well covered. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm, so cool that I'm untouchable. What it means is that this time they realized what was going on. Now, Dot Connector's got another one in there.
Yes, I know. I'm going to put it up. Hang on. Give me a chance. Where did it go? I got it here. Here it is.
Aha. Well, let me get this private chat out of the way.
It's hard to keep up with Dot. She's fast.
There we go. Soul Wild Hair question. The Star of Bethlehem is supposed to be seen a half an hour past sunset on the solstice. Is that important to us or upstairs? Both.
It hasn't happened for like 1,200 some odd years or something like that, right?
Well, it hadn't happened since JC was born. 3 wise men followed the star,
So it hasn't been seen since then? Is that what you're saying? That's more like 2,000 years.
It has not been seen since then. So if it does show up, it is definitely hugely significant. It's important to everybody.
Okay, so that's very soon then.
Yeah, and the idea is that it's supposed to validate the things that you've been hearing about from some preachers that tell the truth in regards to the Bible. Very simple.
Interesting. Okay, we just got a bunch of different questions. Let me see if I can get them up there too. This one's an RV question. Is the RV going to occur once the Russians finally roll their tanks and 700,000 army on Kiev and Earth Alliance mass arrest kickoff in the USA?
That's sort of a combination complex question, and the answer basically is yes.
Without specifics.
Tea like them dead celebrities are truly dead.
Let me see what else we got here.
He's been out of his mind for a long time, and Corey is no joke. Just depends on whose lie you believe. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to do any people bashing here, guys. Come on now. Be nice.
I'm not bashing nobody.
Okay, Dot Connector, you can take those questions, copy and paste them in the chat. That's all I'm doing. Let me see. Here's one for you.
Government deep state along with the occultist.
Oh, that's one, but I wanted to get this other one first, Drake. Hang on, let me give you this next one first, and then we'll go to the next one.
Sock it to me.
Yeah, this one's about, you'll like this one probably. Boing. Try that one.
Try what one? I don't see anything.
Oh, I gotta put it up there. Sorry.
Oops.
The question is,
Now,
is the Earth dividing into two realities or densities or dimensions?
not exactly, no. It will appear that it is, but it won't be in reality. False evidence,
Okay.
very real.
Let me ask that other one then. Where'd it go? Oh, I put it up there twice. Sorry.
Oh, by the way, I have done some checking. Kent Dunn's real, as much as people don't like him to be. And Corey Good is also real.
Wow.
Couldn't fool
Breaking Gale, is the moon and the sun the same size, and the sun shines in 12 portals like a clock?
Sort of, but you have to be able to orient that to what is known as the star.
Okay.
What happened to the what? No,
What?
oh, nothing. It's just sometimes I can scroll and sometimes I can't.
Oh, I know. Sometimes that's why I have trouble finding a question sometimes. Somebody saying Dolores Canyon said something about the Earth dividing in two, and you're
That ain't
saying
gonna happen. You're gonna see the city, the New Jerusalem, up above in the clouds, and then you're gonna see some earth shaking, and I mean shaking, changes here down below, and we'll go from there.
what's this about the Golden City? Is that what you're talking about? That what's this?
Yeah, that's
Ishmael says it's
the Golden
rising.
City is a takeoff on that. Yes.
Where's that going to come from? I mean, where's that going to rise at? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it's gonna rise all over the place. It's not gonna be limited to just one little area. It's gonna be all over the place. But it will be eventually situated here in the United States. How about that?
Wow. And if you were going to picture this, what would I see?
A shining city that looks like it's sitting in a cloud.
That's what I'm getting at. Okay. Interesting. So it's going to be above ground in the sky.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures by now, I would think. Oops. Here goes
Is
the
that
scroll.
somebody's asking? Is that
again?
you mean a starship, the New Jerusalem?
It's a combination, and I'm not going to go any further because it's a very heavy technical explanation that nobody wants to hear 2 hours of hyperdimensional physics so they understand what's going on.
When the Republic is announced with that, will that become a national holiday? That was someone else's question.
It could. We don't know yet what the limitations and whatever is going to be.
Where'd that go?
About
AI program NPCs being born and live amongst us. About 50% of people on Earth being soulless. NPC.
now you're dealing with clones.
Mm-hmm.
Clones don't have a soul. Well, excuse me. They don't have a spirit. They have a soul. That's life. And they have a functional body like this, but they don't have the complete connection, let's say.
Let's see.
It's getting very
This one here. What is the planet Marie Colvin Hill keeps showing, and why does it have battle bases on it? Where does she lives out in the Midwest someplace, and she's always seeing ships, millions of ships.
You're gonna have fun and games of battle bases all over this planet, and there's a reason for that, and that'll be explained when ET decides to join us. Okay.
Okay, here's another question. There was a giant ship above Mount Etna Were they dumping the nasties in there for repurposing?
Oh, I think they're coming from a volcano. But that's just my opinion.
Our people crack me up sometimes. They really do. Oh, unicorns are majestic creatures. Maybe we'll see some of them again someday. Let's see. Well, we never know when something's going to happen, but Ian is asking, when will the TV scare events start?
The scary event will start with the attempt at the artificial, non-existent invasion. Okay.
Is that an invasion from up here, or
It's going to look like an invasion of ET, and they're not going to be real.
Somebody's asking, how common are clones?
Very common. There's a lot more of them than you think. There is a way to tell about them and to tell what they are and to turn them off. Ooh. They just sort of fall over.
Oh, here's one. Oh, will med beds help us lose weight and help with things like addiction and autism?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The unscheduled eclipse called the Ring of Fire. Ooh, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
That one, was that this one? The Ring of Fire?
Yeah. Is there a black sun beyond? Whoops, there goes the.
Oops, I just saw Harry put this up. Compassion, love, and creativity equals soul. How many do have it? When you put it like that, I don't know.
Look, 3-part being. 1, body. That's this thing that you walk around in. 2, soul life. That's the thing that runs the machine that you walk around in. The 3rd part is the one that's difficult. It's called spirit. And only those who are naturally born of God have it. Sorry, if you don't like it, that ain't my fault. You can complain to management.
Have you heard anything? You haven't been communicated with David Wilcock lately, have you?
With who?
David Wilcock.
No, I tried and he's busy. I'll keep trying. Don't worry about it.
Well, no, somebody just said that he's basically, well, here's what they said. He says his handler was his wife, divorced him. Now he's huddled up. He's in Colorado in a cabin, and he's no longer talking about the truth. What happened?
Well, sometimes an extreme emotional problem comes up and devastates what's there. So you would lose the capability of turning on connections and things of that nature. Okay, that's a possibility. I'm not saying that's absolutely true because there ain't no absolutes.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense. If he just got divorced, I mean, that's a lot to go through. It's like a death in the family almost. It's a death in a relationship. So there's stages that people go through, and it's not easy. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Maybe not everything, but a lot.
Is the moon the same size of the New Jerusalem? Yeah, sort of. Uh-oh.
Let's see. I'm trying
to. Good Lord, it's jumping all over the place.
I know. I'm trying to.
Keep showing. Why does it have battle bases on it? We covered that.
Oh, I know. We did a. Oh, do I have it? Oh, I know. Let's see. We're at 45 minutes. I have a little 5-minute thing I'd like to show everyone.
Good.
And then you can go. You can take a little break, and we'll show it right now. Or you can watch it though. I'd like you to see it actually. So this will move us aside, and Here we go. This is just a brief music video that is encouraging and uplifting and was put together by my free range soul family team. And I can't thank them enough. But Merry Christmas to everyone from Free Range. Happy holidays to everyone from Free Range, and Happy New Year from everyone from Free Range. We love you, and I hope you enjoy this wonderful little song.
You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the door. Give it all you got. No hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment. And now it's more than just a win. It's where your life begins. Yeah. There's no holding back, no overthinking. You've been reaching all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment. Ever been, and now it's more than just a win. It's where your life begins.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess Drake is not back yet. So I guess we can wait a few more minutes for him. And I'd just like to tell everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, all those happy holiday things. And they keep telling us the best is yet to come. And I really feel that's true. So keep your spirits up and enjoy yourself over the holiday season. And even if we have to buckle our seatbelts for what'll be coming up and going through, we can handle it. We always do. We always have. And, you know, it may take us to the last minute, but we get there. So Drake still is not back yet, but okay. Thank you, Mary Jean G. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Robert Carey, to thank Sarah, to thank Larry Gillespie, And all the others, I've gotten some Christmas cards and gifts, and I really appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. I love you guys. It's so thoughtful. Really appreciate it. It makes my day every time. So thank you. Keeps me going too. It keeps me going. So, well, it looks like I see somebody meandering back to sit down again. You okay?
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Alrighty then. Let's see.
Intelligent conversation with my family.
Somebody's asking this one. Has the cabal what? Okay.
I'm looking at the thing Dot Connector put up.
Which one? Go ahead, read it. I can't. I don't see it
When
right
is the
now.
White House going to take over cable TV so I can have an intelligent conversation with my family about the things that are going on now? If it comes from the government, you ain't gonna get any intelligence.
The people still don't seem to understand that it was all the governments around the world that agreed to depopulate them, make their own population cease to exist, a large percentage of it.
I like Mark's question. Has the cabal lost access to the gold on this planet? And that question, the answer is yes.
So let me ask this: does that gold actually remain on planet, or do they take it off planet?
No, it's here. They tried to take it, and some ET friendlies stopped them.
What is this?
They beamed all the gold off of their ships onto their ships and took it back to where it belonged. And it changed tomorrow.
Todd says what I just put that up there. I don't know. Do you know anything about that, or is that just
there's a whole bunch of things that are supposed to be taking place.
What is tomorrow?
Changing of energies and a bunch of other things involved in it.
Oh, it's tomorrow the solstice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Ta-da.
Da-da-da-da. Okay, let's see. What do we got?
Yeah, it's okay to say Merry Christmas on this place. That's the reason for the season.
Somebody as a Baja girl, I can appreciate what you're saying, but to say, oh, the Gaia channel, okay. I thought you were Gaia is no good. Let's qualify that with the Gaia channel, because Gaia is a 7th or 8th dimensional being. So I don't think we want to say
Gaia
that.
is what you're standing on. It's known as planet Earth, as we know it.
Right now, at this time, yes.
You should treat it with respect. That's all I got to say. Will the IRS be abolished? That's a good question.
It's supposed to be. That's what we hear a lot of things.
Religious persecution? No, not exactly. Bill of divorcement.
What is that? That's an interesting question from Susan. Isn't divorce a form of religious persecution? What did JC say to ancient Pharisees about their bill of divorcement? I don't remember.
The bill of divorcement was a proclamation from the church, and it carries exactly that validity. Nothing more, nothing less. Individuals, and this is going to really screw people's minds up, when you have sex, male and female, like it's supposed to be, that is the act of marriage. Bear that in mind when you want to go hook up with somebody. So the divorcement would be, okay, we're done with the hookup. See ya. Underground is doing.
Well, there's got to be a better way than having the state involved in it, because that's the only reason they're involved in it is to get some money out of it.
That's the idea. You got a bunch of gold diggers out there, both male and female.
That's the big problem. Is that, well, that's a whole different aspect of it. But the courts want their cut too, because they're all businesses as well. So their business is for profit, and nobody ever talks about that, but it's true.
Well, is Jim? Oh my
Let's
goodness,
see.
Jim Jinping a white hat? No.
It says, please.
Now, Todd Trout. Whoops, come back here, you. All military in. Dang it, come back here. All military in world active and.
There it goes. In 4 hours. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I heard that was coming. If that happens, you're going to see the purges begin, both in the militaries and in the governments.
Okay, so is Xing Pin a white hat? I don't know if there's any white hats. I'm starting to think they're gray hats.
Next year is the final one until we go home. No, you got a lot of years to go yet.
How's Betty B doing?
Merry Christmas. Stop there. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll put the Happy New Year on it.
Thank you, Susan. Oh, real deal. What's so funny about Pat? Oh my goodness. Go home and then what? What? Yeah, here this is what I agree with. Wide Awake says the people see nothing. That's a problem. When we're supposed to believe word of mouth, that's a problem when we're supposed to believe word of mouth. Because, they always do. They used to do this in grade school. They'd say something at one end of the guy, and it had to go through 10 or 12 people and get to the other end and see what the difference was from the original story versus the other one.
You talk out of that side, you talk out of this side. The problem is that spoken language has gotten out of hand, and it used to be, and this is back in the way back when, that your spoken word was considered a contract, so you had to be careful what you said.
That would be wise anyway, wouldn't it?
Todd, where's Todd's at? Where's Todd's?
Todd, where's your question that you're thinking we're skipping? I haven't even seen one of your questions, to tell you the truth. So,
they're not seeing
Todd, people, you got to realize these questions spin past us very quickly. We put up the one about the military being active in 4 hours by Todd.
Yeah.
I don't see another one. Oh, underground is done. He said, well, he's given us some information, I guess. Underground is done.
Yes. The cleansing of it's been pretty much completed. They're doing a little mop up here and there and taking out some, I don't know what you call them, nasty cells or whatever.
Oh, and then he also brought up but we talked a little bit about this, that every solstice has an energy shift. After each solstice event happened, after both good and bad. So, all right.
You're going to find that this one is powered by the good.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, for the stars. Yep.
I'm looking for more questions here. What's this one say here? I don't know what this says. Are we going to have another lockdown because of the? Oh no! Now they're doing Ebola in Africa. Are you kidding? You can't believe anything they say on the news. They're just trying to scare the bejeebers out of everybody.
No, we are not going to have Africa might. That's up to them.
Okay.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, very. Somebody's asking about your free energy thing that you talked about a long time ago.
I've got the parts together to start building as of tomorrow. How's that?
Well, they're going to hold you to it there, Drake.
Well, just because I start building doesn't necessarily mean it'll work. What show was Drake on? What do you mean? I didn't have a show last week, just so everybody will know. So looking for it won't do you much good. Every once in a while, I get a wild hair and decide I need a break.
Okay. Oh, Ebola was created with Falsi's fingers too. Mm, smiling throw grenades. Okay, here's one. Will we go back to? Here's one out again. Will we go back to 2 suns and 8 moons?
I doubt it. Electric have a free energy machine non-existent like last time.
Okay,
What?
that's not true. I'm going to say it's not true right out the gate, but you can answer it, Jake. It's kind of funny. Says my homie watched something that said sex is an energy exchange that takes away their chi and causes life to be shorter. Is this true?
No. If you want to get into the reality of it, each of the 2 energies coming together enhance each other. It's sort of like one of those cha-chings on a Schumann frequency. I ain't gonna say more than that.
I'm looking at people are having issues with discernment because we're just they're throwing so much stuff out there that it's mind boggling, and after a while you just go, oh geez, I don't even want to, And a lot is the same old, and they're not letting people know the truth. That's the part that bothers me the most. Why not just tell the truth? They say people can't handle the truth, but it's okay for them to handle shot. I better be careful what I say. It's okay for them to do that. Doesn't make sense.
I see one in the chat room. How can we help convert the money court industry into a department of compassion?
That's a good one.
That will happen when the quantum banking system comes into play.
Where did that go? Where did you see that one? I hadn't even seen it. Yeah, wide awake. I'm sick of hearing it's time for seeing. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I keep
that, and they keep going. It ain't us, man. It's the guys that's up there that's in charge. They told me to, it's fun.
Maybe what happens if you disobey those rules anyway? Do they just zap you or what?
Yeah.
What is the white spot on Pluto? I didn't know there was a white spot on Pluto. Is that something new that's just come out? Who knows if that's true?
No, that's sort of a reflector deal. And that's very heavy in terms of scientific discourse.
Oh, something here. What?
Really just going to have to bring us.
Do vampire do some live
stream? The big help people in other species from a dang.
Wait a minute. Come on. No, I can't hear. I don't even know what you said.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I don't know where you're looking, and I'm looking at a different place apparently.
Drake and Gail, do Bigfoot help people from other species form from attacking us in their forest? Yes.
Oh, cool.
Is Grammy J still around? We're trying to get in touch with her. I'll call her tomorrow and see what she's up to. Okay.
Here's a question. Does ET say anything about the USA breaking up into parts or territories? I'm sure they meant.
They say that's a bunch of horse manure.
Okay. What about this one? If they lost control of the gold, who's in charge of it now?
That has to do with a change in the exchange hierarchy, and that means you got new people. They're in charge. Okay.
Somebody was asking about China and long lines for testing and so on. I've seen that a while ago, but what I've seen more recently was out and out revolt by the Chinese people.
Yeah, they're tired of the horse manure.
Yeah, they ain't taking it anymore, and there's far more of them than their government people. And they have been some of the most compliant of any group of people, and so they just pushed it too far. I mean, they were locking people in boxes, literally.
Well, now the reason that, you know what started that uprising in China? They had a place in Beijing, um, a shanty building or whatever you want to call it. It's an apartment building, and the dinks in the government uh, sealed the doors so that nobody could get in or out, and the place caught fire. And the
So,
people had to listen to the little kids and whatnot scream as they were being burnt to death, and that was all they could stand. They couldn't take anymore. So there you go.
mm. Well, that's a strange question. Oh, I just might mention that a lot of the products that I carry, they have specials going on during the holiday season. So it's always nice to give a gift of health because people really usually won't buy it for themselves. So sometimes you can buy it for them and they'll appreciate you for it. Let me see. Okay, here's one for you. How big is the earth really? And they're not telling us. And the other land besides Antarctica.
It's a little over 8,000 miles in circumference. Um, uh, you have to understand that in certain areas, you have what's called a hollow earth. And the hollow earth was discovered by Admiral Byrd when he flew up there on an expedition to discover what was going on. And he went in with a military force and got his butt kicked thoroughly. There's very few of them made it out alive. And when they got back, he did a full report. There's a couple of books. One is called The Hollow Earth, and some others that explains some of this stuff. I'd recommend seeing if you can find it.
There was a question earlier that somebody wanted you to comment on the Trump announcement or speech or what have you. Do you have anything to say about that? The last one that he did about the freedom of speech thing.
I think Trump's run his circuit as far as it can go. There's going to be somebody else that will be president. It won't be Biden. Believe me, it ain't going to be Biden. His own party doesn't want him to do that. So, oops. Those pieces are married to people.
So are you saying that somebody's going to replace Trump? Is that what you're saying?
Say what?
Are you saying that somebody is going to replace Trump?
There's several people out there that have the capability. They're very similar to Trump, except that they don't have the baggage and they control themselves a lot better. This be another U.S. state. You want to read that one, or you want me to read it?
Yeah, well, okay, Drake. Australia is registered in the U.S. since the late 70s and on the stock exchange. Will we get our country back, or will we be another U.S. state?
You're going to get your country back, but you're going to have to take it. Bear that in mind. The military is limited in some respects in that. So if you combine the people and the military together, they can't stop it.
Well, is that why they keep saying nothing can stop what is coming? That the people that look into are able to look into the future. Let me see here.
That gets kind of nasty if you look in the future and see something you don't like.
Yeah, well, there's different timelines, right? Or did it actually break down to just two?
There's going to be one timeline for all of us.
Okay, here's somebody says the Nazis have bases in Antarctica and in Hollow Earth. I'm a Third Reich expert because I'm a white nationalist and love white people. And I used to admire Hitler when I was younger in my neo-Nazi days. Oh my.
Well, everybody does. They admire people of strength, and he was, whether he was crazy or not. There's no excuse.
Well, you have to wonder, did he start out just fine and then get corrupted by some means that we
Well,
might not even be aware of at this point?
I'm going to make a point here. The Nazis' bases in, put that back up there, please. I was reading that. Thank you. The Nazis have bases in Antarctica. That's true. However, they don't have any in the Hollow Earth. They tried that, and they received the same kind of butt kicking that Admiral Byrd did. So they're not represented in there.
Are you done?
Yeah, that's it. Al Gore, no money. Lord have mercy.
Okay. Somebody just told their kids they weren't doing Christmas anymore. I did that, and that doesn't go over well. Trust me on that. Not at all.
There's some Christmas gifts that just keep on giving. That'll be a good giggle for a long time.
Oh my, David Tips. Okay, is this all right? What about this one? Is Nasara Gassara dead?
No, they've become a part of the global currency reset.
Todd says we got 560 USA military bases. Is that just in the United States or is that all over the place? That's gotta be all over the place.
That's a combination, but that ain't the true total number.
There's more than that.
What happened to Grammy J? Well, I have to call her up and ask her. You know.
This is an interesting comment. I'll just throw it up there. I think Trump has to initially take back the office to make good the true vote. But yes, someone else should be president because that energy has left.
Agreed.
Interesting.
Now I'm going to tell you that the main runner right now is DeSantis. They're looking at him to be the savior, and there's only one that walked on water, and DeSantis ain't him.
Let's see here. Has the transition been delayed?
No. It's on time.
In its own time.
Well, the thing about it is that there are about 2,000 to 5,000, okay, that number of solar systems that have to be moved around in order to get a clear shot from the central sun, which is what it takes for the transition. Okay, that takes
Interesting.
quite a bit.
Very interesting.
You talk about moving furniture.
Okay.
They get me every once in a while. In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, some dink goes tappity tap tap on my head and gets me to go move planets and whatnot. Wonder why I'm tired out the next day.
Conspiratory AI says, don't you think the whole unveiling of the truth, they will feel different about Trump?
Yes.
Somebody's asking, is most of China clones?
No.
They have a lot of clone factories there. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, here's another one. Has a change in ownership of the gold been recorded in the Hall of Records?
No, they're staying away from the Hall of Records because the Hall of Records is corrupt. Ain't that nice?
What isn't corrupt?
Well, you have to understand that these people have been playing this game for thousands of years. So what they're trying to do is take control of whatever they can get your hands on.
What about this one? Are there or has there ever been duplicate Earths?
Well, there is such a thing as multiverse, and that means that there's an exact duplicate similar to what we got here out there somewhere. There's millions of them.
Wow. Oh, here's one for you. Are there any giant spider beings?
Yeah, on a couple of planets, yes. But it's funny. Everybody looks at this and they see the old sci-fi movie where the big monster comes and eats things up. And that's not the way these people are usually.
Somebody's asking if dragonflies are fairies.
Do what?
Are dragonflies fairies?
Some. Most aren't. Let me over the question. Here we go. That's a good one there.
Which one? Go ahead and read it. I don't see it yet. Which one is it?
Dot connector, 2025-41. Whoop, come back here.
2020. Oh, 2025.
Let our pineal gland be opened and cleared so we get to think like we need to. Oh, yeah.
What's this one? Is China what?
Oh, this one. If Jesus walked on water, Michael Jackson moonwalked on Neptune.
Is China and India hybrids? They were here in the 3000 year second Earth age before the sixth day creation.
Yeah. Well, if you go back in time, and I doubt you could get there, but if you could get to the right place, you'd get to meet some automatons. That is a being similar to the robot in the day the Earth stood still. And what they are programmed to do, or what they have been told to do, is to follow the edict of the priests and to protect all of them. And so it would not, if you're not welcome, it wouldn't be a good idea to try to go break the door down. Michael Flynn, a dark hat. I don't know.
That's been coming out lately. Yeah, that's what they've been saying.
I'm wondering if he pulled his hat out of the toilet yet.
Wow.
Body, soul, and spirit.
Here's another one. Will the history of Earth be revealed? The real.
Yes.
The truth.
You're going to have a rather comprehensive archive of everything that's going on for the last 4 million years or thereabouts. Okay?
Okay. Is Hermes and Thoth the same person?
No.
Yeah, okay. What do you do to maintain your third eye, Drake?
What do you do? Well, I exercise it.
How do you do that?
It's very simple. You close your eyes and open your mind to where you can see exactly that. Ain't that something?
Here's one for you.
Normal.
How powerful is the AI right now?
Is he right? They're not.
The
They
AI?
want to be, but they can't be.
AI?
Yeah. You've got And this is from years ago. You've got great fields, similar to what was expressed in the Matrix. Great fields of supercomputers, miles of them, and they would like to become sentient, but they don't know how. So, consequently, all you got to do is, if you know how to think correctly, you do what you need to do to negate their capability to become aware.
Somebody's asking, well, are we still expecting the powerful solar flash?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody is asking about something that was said by Jenny Lee, that we're not staying in our fleshly bodies, no bones and blood or flesh or beer when we ascend. Is this near, or do you agree?
No beer or beer.
What does a transfer look like?
What is it? Is this narrative? We will slowly become less physical and more light oriented. That's what this is about. Not see, says she does not see, is staying in on our fleshly bodies. So I can tell you that the transition, within the transition, for a microsecond or less, you're going to be a light being, pure light, and then you will settle back down to whatever dimension you're in, fourth, fifth, or whatever. And that each dimension gives a certain amount of physical capability to each individual. The more you become light, the more you are able to create. Okay?
Okay, somebody says, what happened to the giants and Tartaria?
The giants of Tartaria. Well, Tartaria doesn't exist anymore. Now, you can imagine what happened to the giants. If they can't swim too well, they're in trouble.
Okay. So that was separate from the deluge then?
Yeah.
There's another one. Is it true there's another life forms beyond the ice wall?
Yes. Jesus is not the reason for the season. You can believe whatever you want, Jelly Bean.
Okay. Well, I don't know if Drake, do you know anything about Ishmael Perez?
A little bit. What do you need to know?
Well, no, they're just asking, is he a good resource of information?
Let's put it this way. Nobody has gotten it right in terms of governance yet. Okay. Ishmael Perez is one of the ones that does and does not at the same time get things right. Nobody's gotten to that point yet. We will be schooled to the extent in how to govern ourselves. Once we get that down, once we understand that, then we will have the capability of governing others.
Okay, wait a second here. I saw a couple of them that are interesting. Well, I don't. Oh. What's the truth about Antarctica in 1 minute?
Antarctica is a cold spot on the south part of the planet, and it's basically hollow in a lot of respects. Some of it is automated and some of it isn't. I will send you, Gail, I will put in your dialogue box on Skype a reference to a book written by someone we both know that is pretty excellent in covering all of it. Okay?
Okay.
And we can just spread that sucker like crazy.
Alrighty then. Okay. Now this is so you had mentioned a civil war. Somebody's just asking for.
There could be the possibilities there, but whether it'll become a reality is questionable.
There's another how do you we are living in a world of leaders that are narcissists. Tell me how to fix that.
How about a head transplant?
Okay.
There's a certain neurosurgeon that suggested that there's a lot of politicians that need their heads replaced. I'm serious. He said it on TV too.
Are the whales and dolphins from another place with higher intelligence?
They have their own way of doing things. The freedoms they've enjoyed in terms of running around the ocean is something that we would equate to higher intelligence. Okay? Get a new White House and Capitol outside of oh boy.
Oh yeah, I finally found this one. I'm going to put it up because it's a good one. That's what Spirit showed me. The new currency for light beings is love, compassion, kindness, oneness. The more you evolve toward this, the greater your experience of life will be.
True.
Now that might be a good note to end the show on.
You got to give an old warrior credit. I haven't killed anybody in years. I haven't fired a shot in anger in years. So, and the more I stay away from it, the better I feel, the better I am. So there it is.
There it is. All right. Well, we're at just about an hour and a half, and if you have any final words or things you might like to bring up before we go.
Yeah, I'll say something.
Okay.
Do what Moody Blues stipulated. Love everybody and make them your friend. And you'll find that almost all of the hatred and animosity disappears. You don't notice it's not there anymore.
Okay. Well, I hope I didn't miss too many questions, but there'll always be another time, right? Wow, there is quite a few questions. But anyway, we'll see you again another time. They could ask you questions all day long, Drake.
Yeah, I know. I did a show once that was unlimited. It ended up being 6 hours.
Wow, that's a long time.
It just about wore me to a frazzle, so I don't do that anymore.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doc Connector. Thank you, Soul. Thank you, Lainey. And thank you, listeners, for being here and listening and chatting in the chat. We love you all. We're happy that you're here, and we have fun when we answer these questions, don't we, Drake?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that stuff.
And all that good stuff, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again soon. Bye everyone.
Y'all.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our color.